You ever get so tired as a nurse that you start questioning your entire life? Like, you're talking about exhausted to the point where your scrubs feel heavy, your badge feel heavy, your eyelids feel heavy. Yes, burnout almost made me quit nursing some time ago. And I'm going to share with you why I stayed. So let me take you back to one of the hardest seasons of my career. That is a time when I felt as though I wanted to just give up. At the time, I was working in the emergency room. And emergency department is high acuity, high adrenaline. There is about everything in the department is high. And on top of that, I was in school. Yes, I was meeting all of those deadlines. Assignments were due, trying to balance life and just trying to function as an adult. And I tell you, it was one of those times that I felt as though I wanted to just break away. I wanted to just switch careers and become a full-time mom if it was possible. That was just how I was feeling. Every day I get up, it was more of me being it was a feeling of like, I was in survival mode. I was waking up, getting ready for work, going to work, school, family life, dealing with all of those. And it was just on repeat. Burnout, I felt, wasn't creeping upon me at the time, but it was already there. It was walking beside me every day. It was holding my hand, and I felt as though that's where I was. There was this one particular shift that I was working at, and I will never forget it, where I know we were short-staffed because that is something that we have to deal with every day. The department was crowded. You understand? It was overcrowded, and alarms were going off. Doctors were crazy, busy calling orders, and the patients, the family members, they were there. And some of them were getting upset. They were very anxious. They were just demanding updates, especially because of the long wait time. And there I was running around on anywhere between 3 to 4 hours of sleep. And with the grace of God, yes, I kept on going. At some point, I felt as though I wanted to just leave. I remember at one point I stepped into the medication room just to breathe. And in that moment, I was there standing in front of the Pyxis asking myself, if I can do this. I was telling myself I cannot do this anymore. My hands were just shaking. I was feeling anxious, feeling exhausted, physically, mentally. And I started thinking to myself, is this even worth it? Feeling physically, mentally, exhausted. I started thinking that I'm not so sure if this is something that I wanted to continue with. If it was something that was worth it, am I good enough to continue with this job? How long will I be able to do this? And for the first time, I really was considering quitting nursing. But something happened on that day where it changed how I look at, everything. We had a trauma case coming in, and there was a young female who was in a motor vehicle accident, and everywhere there was just like, it was busy. Everybody was just busy moving about, and my brain, yes, I love the fast movement, and I was just like still clicking. After everything I'd done, we stabilized the patient, and I went over to the patient, and we were, interacting, and she held on to my hand and said, thank you, nurse. Thank you, nurse, for saving my life. And in that moment, I realized that during one of the hardest times when I was feeling as though this is something that I wasn't going to be continuing with, I realized that this patient is now saying that she really appreciates me not giving up on her. She really appreciates the staff not giving up on her. But the thing about it is that she never realized how close I was to giving up on my shift, on myself, and on nursing. It hit so hard because, a lot of times we forget the impact that we have. We forget that even on our worst days, there is somebody out there that is relying on us for hope. Someone is out there relying on us for comfort, and we are someone's lifeline. That moment stayed with me, and that is how I ended up not quitting nursing. I'm not saying that, magically burnout disappear or I become burnout proof, but I realized that there was something more important to me being a nurse despite how I was feeling. I wasn't tired because I wasn't capable of doing my job. I was tired because I was just carrying too much. I was carrying too much alone. As I say, I was in nursing school, pregnant, working the shifts, trying to complete my contract. So there were so many things that was going on. So I made the change, and I started out with small things first. I started resting without feeling guilty about it. I asked for help more often. I stopped trying to do things on my own. Stop feeling as though I am the strong one all the time. I learned to say no. Sometimes, even as a nurse, sometimes we feel as though, we have this guilt on our shoulder because sometimes they'll call us and tell us that they're short staffed and we said, no, we're not going to go in. Yes, sometimes I feel guilty about it. I start setting better boundaries between work, school, you understand? To make sure that I'm not feeling exhausted or burnout. I remind myself every day that I am human and I'm human first before I am a nurse. And slowly I was finding myself again. I remember why I started nursing in the first place. It is to show compassion. It is to make a difference in a person's life. It is to help people on their hardest days and to show other nurses out there that, especially the new ones, that it is okay for you to struggle. It is okay for you to feel, feel like you're burning out or you're feeling exhausted. It's okay to feel so. And, you can still keep on going. Burnout almost took me out of this profession itself, but my purpose, the purpose that I have, brought me back. And so if you're watching this video and you're feeling that level of exhaustion, you're feeling emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually drained, I just want you to know that you're not alone. You are not weak. You're not failing. You're a nurse and you are a human nurse. That is the most important thing. The fact that you're still showing up, the fact that you're still trying, you still care. It says more about your strength than the badge and even the degree, you understand, that you hold. So go out and take your breath, go out and take your break, go out and take care of yourself the way you would care for everyone else, including your patient. Because nursing, it needs you. You understand? It needs you and you need it too because you have a love and you have a passion to take care of people and this is what you see yourself doing. So nursing needs you and you need it. So if this video, if this story, it resonates with you, I would love for you to go ahead and drop a comment below. Let me know if you've ever had one of those moments where you're feeling as though you're burnt out and you're questioning yourself about everything that you're doing as a nurse. And most importantly, just remember, you're not alone in this community. There are resources that are out there, peer groups, you understand? You have support groups, you have therapists out there, colleagues, co-workers, if you feel comfortable with them. You have family members out there, talk to them, you understand? And have them try to understand what you're going through. But remember, most importantly, the ThinkNursing platform is here. So subscribe, follow my page because I share uplifting stories. I try to help persons, while you're on the highs and on the lows, and just try to encourage you as they go along. Remember, and most importantly, remember that the ThinkNursing platform is here. I share content related to nursing, travel, and lifestyle. So if anytime you're feeling as though, you're on that lower side of life, just come over to my page and just check out one or two other videos and find something that will help with motivating you, uplifting you as you go throughout your journey. Until then, I want to say thank you so much for watching the video. And remember, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube page at ThinkNursing. Follow me on TikTok at ThinkNursing, where I share shorter form content and just be a part of the family. All right, just be a part of the family. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye.